Coming up on the Grimm Exchange.
Ahoy, matey! We take a look at boat horror with director of Harpoon, Rob Grant, and have him and co-writer Mike Kovac guess that movie based on ocean and boat shots.
And we discuss the dark side of plant breeding as guest reviewer Philip Perron gives us his views on the 2019 film Little Joe.
And we're getting a sneak peek into our upcoming Q&A with the team behind the Russian witch movie Mara. This and more on today's episode of
The Grimm Exchange.
Hey horror fans, I'm Mariam.
And I'm Marcus, and welcome to the Grimm Exchange, your one-stop shop for all your horror entertainment news needs.
To stay up to date with all our content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Movies, games, and television, what's good in the world of horror? Time to check out our latest horror headlines.
On March 16th, werewolf horror I Am Lisa made its way onto DVD, Blu-ray and video on demand. The film tells the tale of a young woman who barely survives a brutal beating by a local sheriff and a subsequent wolf attack. When she comes around, she finds herself in a secluded cabin in the woods, only to learn that she has developed strange new powers she can use to exact revenge on those who attacked her. I Am Lisa is a fresh new take on the revenge horror genre, where the female protagonist Lisa must battle between her new powers, seeking vengeance, and embracing her animal instincts. On Friday, the trailer went live for the second season of Crypt TV's teen horror show The Birch, ahead of its premiere on Facebook Watch on March the 26th. The season synopsis reads, picking up where Season 1 suspensefully left off, the second season of Crypt TV's The Birch follows newcomer Rory, who calls on the vengeful woodland tree monster the Birch to help her combat the cyberbullying and harassment from her peers. As the second season unfolds, Evie gets her shot at redemption as she tries to stop Rory from making the same mistakes that she did, leading to many thrilling and supernatural adventures along the way. The season finale, after 10 episodes, will be on May the 28th of this year. All episodes will be available globally on The Birch and the Crypt Monsters Facebook pages. Ever wondered if there's any truth behind your favourite spooky things? Wondered if vampires are walking among us? Or if satanic rituals really do summon the Dark Lord? Then Paranormal Truth is the show for you. Hosted by Scream Queen and star of Return of the Living Dead, Linnea Quigley, the show will take you behind the myths and realities of these subjects and feature interviews with leading investigators around the world. The 12-episode season is coming soon, and we'll let you know when we have more information for you. Having been disappointed with the film adaptations of Resident Evil, many fans are excited for the new screen adaptations that are on their way. We now know that the new RE reboot's official title will be Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. The film will adapt video games Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 and feature a lot of characters from both games. In an interview with IGN, director Johannes Roberts went on to explain the tone of the film. The thing I loved about the games is they were just scary as hell, and that is very much what I wanted. That atmosphere. It's rain, it's constantly dark, it's creepy. Raccoon City is kind of this rotten character in the movie, and that sort of atmosphere in the game is what I wanted to put into the film. He also explained how that he'd taken inspiration from John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13 and The Fog. On Friday, we finally found out the title for the next season of American Horror Story. The announcement came in the form of a social media post from creator Ryan Murphy. American Horror Story Double Feature will feature 2 stories in one this season, and one will be by the sea and one will be by the sand. We're expecting to see all our favourites return to the cast, but Kevin McAllister's Macaulay Culkin will also be joining the team too. The season was delayed, but we are hoping to see it move forward and get it out by the end of the year. Collectibles time, and as we get closer and closer to the release of Godzilla vs. Kong, we can celebrate the love of the monster lizard himself with this amazing statue from Mondo. The 18-inch tall statue is available for pre-order. We don't know how much it is, but it looks pricey. Also, Funko are releasing some new pops in the Mortal Kombat range as well. They've previously released some from the game, but now you can get ones inspired by the new movie adaptation. And with that, Those were your horror headlines. How nice would it be to get out of here and take a trip across the ocean sea on a cruise liner, or perhaps, for the particularly fabulous among us, a private party on a yacht? Who wouldn't want to live life like a movie star? Well, let me tell you, it most certainly depends on the movie, because the idea of being stuck at sea can actually be quite daunting. Director Rob Grant is here to help us taint the thought of maritime magic as we take a look at horror films around boats, ships and submarines.
Warning: the next segment contains spoilers for the following films. The sea is a harrowing force of nature. No sight of land, punishing waves, deep, dark water eager to swallow you into the abyss if you make one mistake. This alone is a perfect horror movie setting, but add a ship or a boat to this environment and you have a subgenre of horror that creates something quite special. Boat horror, as we will endearingly call it from now on, is not as niche as you may first think. At its core, it mixes two distinct themes: human versus nature and human versus human in the confines of a chamber play. First, we have the nature side of things to deal with. The open sea that can kill or severely hurt us in multiple ways. Deprive us of drinkable water, expose us to sunburn, anything from a shark to a piranha nibbling away at us, and of course, good old-fashioned drowning. So, at least we have a comfortable boat to share with some friends, right? Well, not so fast. A great boat horror amplifies terror by creating distrust even amongst friends. Old rivalries bubble back to the surface, and hidden secrets are often revealed. Sometimes an added stressor is from strangers arriving from other boats, which present a new human evil to deal with. The psychological toll it takes to be in a confined space whilst fearing what's out there makes for great horror. A timely entry that combines the two sources of horror in the subgenre is Sea Fever, where a parasite infects the crew of a fishing boat. This outside threat creates an environment of unease from within, as they have to quarantine to keep themselves safe. Whereas in the film The Boat, a solitary fisherman stuck on a sailboat yearns for company as he fights off Mother Nature. However, he slowly realizes he isn't alone, and a new stress is created. Triangle plays with the two colliding threats from outside and inside, blurring the line between the inner psychic reality and the external reality. Feverish dreams, stress, and seasickness induce a psychotic frenzy in main character Jess. Is time on her side or against her? The smaller the boat gets, the more the potential for conflict increases. Three friends sail out to bond on a tiny yacht in Harpoon. When the motor runs out, the facade starts to crack and old wounds are torn open. The quick and extreme escalation of violence between friends and lovers is a direct result of this setting. There is no place to hide or relieve stress. Director of Harpoon, Rob Grant, talks about similarities between his film plot and that of a stage play.
Glengarry Glen Ross is like one of my favorite plays. Anything by Mamet, I guess I should say. But when I was making or writing Harpoon, the idea was that I was going to have to shoot it myself on my friend's boat here in Vancouver, and I just knew that it was going to have to be limited locations, actors, and as I did write it, I didn't consciously think about how it needed to be similar to a play format, but as I wrote it and it started to form itself, I realized rather than a traditional 3-act structure, it had 2 acts, and that's when I started to introduce more play elements to it. As it came out, I started to see more reasons why, and especially Glengarry Glen Ross, that dialogue is so snappy and sometimes they're stomping all over each other's lines. That's very much an influence that kind of pushed me towards perhaps that style. And so as soon as I discovered it was coming out in the screenplay, I leaned into the more literature side of the writing.
While the limited space of boats is maddening, at least you can get a breath of fresh air on the open deck. Imagine yourself on a submarine where the claustrophobic atmosphere only intensifies. Stripped of natural sunlight, dark thoughts fester in the tiny prison-like cabins. Our senses on the verge of betraying us. The fear of a saboteur strengthens. The heavy machinery on the submarine threatens to crush us any minute. Metal doors possibly locking us in. At the bottom of the sea lurk even deeper mysteries. Ghost ships or unknown creatures to be discovered. Your visibility is strongly restricted in the murky water. Strange sounds in the deep become confusing. No wonder you start seeing ghosts. Boat horror lends itself well to historic horror stories set in wartime, an otherwise rather neglected setting.
I'm going to go outside of movies and go to video games. The Dark Pictures anthology. They're the guys that did Until Dawn, the video game, and then they have a game called Man of Medan that takes place on a like haunted ship. It's actually like, I can't remember the name of the ship right now, but it's meant to be like a real ghost ship, and then they added in some like World War II lore and stuff. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but that game is like my perfect wheelhouse for like World War II horror game, just like the setting and tone.
Below and Blood Vessel both deal with soldiers stuck on warships during World War II. In Below, a U.S. Navy submarine rescues 3 survivors from a British hospital ship, or so it seems, since the outsiders are not who they say they are. The maze-like layout of submarines mirrors the twists and turns of the plot. With every door opening up a new quarter in the submarine, we unlock parts of the story. In Blood Vessel, the premise is reversed. A ragtag crew of World War II survivors crammed together on a lifeboat, almost dying from hunger, jump ship to a nearby Nazi vessel. Seemingly abandoned, they wander around the ship, uncovering every room like a haunted house. In a nod to that subgenre, they discover ancient artifacts as well as a creepy doll. Could the owner of the doll still be on board? This environment may at first seem like an odd choice for a horror film, but it's clear why it works just as well as an old haunted house. Boats offer the perfect pressure cooker to combine internal and external dread into an explosive mix. What always starts off as a fun trip out to sea usually ends with you contemplating why anyone would step foot on a boat for fun. And that's what a successful horror film does.
And now it's time to play our wild card segment. The Grimm Zone.
Today's Grimm Zone is sponsored by Fire and Brimstone. Fire and Brimstone offers curious and wonderful witchy goodies. Want some light in your life? Check out their range of 100% soy candles that contain either a moon-charged healing crystal or a witchy pin badge. Watch the wax melt and your goth heart flutter as you get to choose skulls or bats. Want to flaunt your witchiness? Fire and Brimstone also offers a wide range of jewelry, from crystal rings to resin necklaces. When the world is going to hell, it's time to treat your witchy self with Fire and Brimstone. So if you want to get your witchy fix and spend a minimum of £20, go to this website and type that promo code and get 10% off.
In line with the open sea, we've got Rob Grant and his co-writer Mike Kovac for the guessing game.
The two will be guessing films based on screen grabs taken from the movies of oceans and respective vessels. Best of luck to the two of you.
You got Rob Grant, director and co-writer of Harpoon, and you got
Mike Kovac, co-writer of Harpoon.
We're doing what is called a boat and ocean film quiz. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
That's a big ship.
Yeah. Well, that might be an island though.
That's
Okay.
Titanic. Come on.
No way. No way.
No?
Nope.
Okay. No, you're right. Oh, you're right. Is this?
I got my guess.
Hold on. Let me see the fourth one. I don't know who that is. Okay.
Okay. I got my guess.
Is it Ghost Ship?
That's what I think it is too. I think it's Ghost Ship.
Okay, we're gonna go with Ghost Ship.
I'm gonna go with Ghost Ship because like they couldn't show us the like.
Is that the hallway where he drives the like skidoo down? You think?
I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
Booyah!
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just saying, good thing we didn't have to guess 2002.
Oh yeah, because just no.
I remember this was like the beginning of the like straight to DVD boom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna hit play.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna go Anaconda right away.
Oh really? Yeah.
Right
Okay.
away.
Now I can see that.
Give me
Oh
John-
yeah.
Give me John Voight. Yeah.
That's totally them. That's
And I got the fourth, Anaconda.
definitely Anaconda. If that's not Anaconda,
Unless he's in the sequel. That's John Voight with the worst accent ever.
yes, but the best pink shirt or red shirt. So
And jorts.
yeah. Anaconda.
Okay, let's just go to the next one.
Yep.
Okay, boat.
Okay, got that. Oh.
Bird.
Okay, I got the fourth.
Okay.
Oof, that's tough for.
Is it Serenity with McConaughey?
Is it? I was guessing though.
So go ahead.
What? I was like, I want to say like The Shallows, but that doesn't seem right. That's I don't think that is The Shallows.
My first guess was gonna be like The Perfect Storm, but then as soon as we saw the nice like bird one and stuff.
And given the content, I feel like it would be more in the horror-esque kind of.
Well, I'm gonna go with Serenity.
Okay.
You can go with something else. We'll see.
I'm gonna go with The Shallows, knowing that I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong with that.
Or
Did you hit place?
No.
Oh, okay.
It could be Adrift.
Oh yeah, no, it might be Adrift. Yeah.
But Adrift's like pretty new.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's been getting more and more recent.
Damn it. I gotta pick one. I'm gonna go with Adrift.
Okay, I'm gonna side with you because I know that The Shallows is wrong. So there you go.
Come on, Adrift. If it's Serenity, I'm gonna lose it.
Serenity doesn't seem right. Triangle.
Oh no!
Oh jeez. Yeah.
Damn it, Triangle. I should have known. If they had shown the person with the hood, that's how I would have gotten it. But that's too
You
easy.
just gotta like beat yourself up and like go and watch all of these movies and be like.
Well, Triangle's great. Have you seen it? It's the time travel loop. It's like a loop.
I have seen Triangle actually.
It's a Lost at Sea time loop movie.
Well, that sounds great.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know that one. That's obscure. Looks okay. Nosferatu hand.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is way outside my comfort zone. All I see is World War II footage, the top one.
Yeah. Although, sorry, the top left, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Nosferatu hand on the second one. This is a tough one. And then what looks like the dude from True Blood in the raft.
He looks familiar. I don't think he's from True Blood, though. I have not seen this movie. I guarantee
I have
that.
definitely not seen this movie. This one stumps me completely.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is going to be new to me.
The
No
life
matter what.
raft looks like shot on green screen. Blood Vessel. 100% have not seen it.
Yeah, same with me. Blood Vessel, it sounds like a vampire at sea ship, so I'm interested for sure, but I've not seen that movie.
Ooh.
Okay, all right.
A catamaran. Oh, Waterworld?
I was going to say, is this Waterworld? No, that ship is too... this is Deep Blue Sea. It's Deep Blue Sea, for sure it is. Yeah, that's got to be Deep Blue Sea.
Definitely Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Watch, it's like Deep Blue Sea 2.
Yeah, like
Deep Blue Sea, there we go. Angry Sharks.
99.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay, not a lot of water in that one.
No.
Lots more water in that one.
Yeah.
Underwater in that one. Oh,
Oh, that's is that Piranha 3D?
Oh, 3 double D, you mean?
3 double D? I want to say, I feel like it's Piranha.
It must be. I was going to say it's either that or my first guess was going to be Donkey Punch, but I'm going to go with you on this one.
Yeah, I think it's Piranha.
They're all looking at the camera. 3 double D.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even double D. Wait, I think it's double D. I think they need to double check this. This looks older, and that looks like a model ship.
Oh,
Poseidon Adventure?
Yeah, totally Poseidon Adventure. Wait, hold on. Which one was the Poseidon Adventure? The one where it capsizes?
Yeah.
And they did a remake.
Yeah, they're up with Kurt Russell, right?
Yes. Yeah.
This is not that one.
No.
But yeah, that second picture, the bottom left picture is upside down. It looks like.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. 72.
Okay, let's keep it going. Oh God, get out of here with this.
I was like, I knew they were gonna do it.
Yeah. What the hell stupid movie is this? This is a tough one. I'm going to have to go with Deep Blue Sea 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Hard upon the whale watching massacre.
Titanic 2, where they ran out of money. They were just like, they just had no backers.
They picked nice shots.
Yeah, they did.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So do we only miss one? We did it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Before you go, did you have fun? Absolutely.
Yes. I'm gonna go and watch Triangle because
it's a good one. Yeah. So we didn't get Triangle. Sorry, and we didn't get Blood Harvest.
Or Blood Vessel. Blood Vessel. Yeah.
Blood Vessel.
Which if that is a vampire one, what a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great name in general, but I want it to be about vampires.
And World War II.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess with Blood Vessel that it was a like lost at sea kind of thing, and was like just like a ghost vessel that was going around and they find it. That's what I want it to be about. If not, we have something there.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll watch Harpoon.
Wow. Not bad at all. Well done.
To think we were worried it might be too hard, I think we need to up our game next time.
A plant breeder at a corporation engaged in developing new species decides one day to take a little something home as a present for her son. Does that sound like a good idea? The film Little Joe may be able to answer that question, but is it any good? Philip Perron from the Dark Discussion News Network is with us today for a review of the film.
Hello, my name is Philip from the Dark Discussions News Network, www.darkdiscussions.com. I'm here to review a fairly new film from 2020, actually, though it was listed as a 2019 film because it did play festival circuits before its full initial release in 2020. The film is called Little Joe. It's directed by Jessica Hausner. Jessica Hausner is an Austrian director. The film is actually a UK production, and all the lead characters in the film are played by British actors and actresses. Emily Beecham is one of the leads, as well as Ben Winshaw and Kerry Fox. The film takes place in London, and it takes place at a office building where a bunch of scientists are doing genetic research on plants. They're not doing research to find medicine or whatnot. They actually work for a company that is looking to make a new product. So they're looking for a house plant, to create a house plant that would give off a scent that would basically make people calmer, happier, more relaxed. So, you basically try to do something new. Now, it sounds like a good idea if it did work, but as you can gather, anytime you work and play with nature, and also work and play with people's, chemical imbalances, that can cause some problems. Now, the film is probably in the same category as films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but unlike those films, this film is more art house. It's a slow drama / thriller science fiction type film. The the plants that are involved, which are called Little Joe, because our lead scientist, Alice Wood, played by Emily Beecham, has a son named Joe, and so she calls the plant Little Joe. Basically, the problem occurs is that will the scent do something and permanently change people? And unlike Invasion of the Body Snatchers and things like that, where you have the action scenes and the weird science fictiony CGI scenes and whatever, this one doesn't have those. It's more of you having to see people smell plants and what occurs to them after the fact. And the thing is that it's very subtle, and it also may not necessarily be something that could cause an apocalypse like in Invasion of Body Snatchers. So the film should be, if you go into it, you should go into it looking at it as an art house horror film. I would recommend this film, especially if you like slow burns and very dramatic sequences and things of that nature, rather than the crazy horror scenes that you would see in general horror films. It is available on VOD wherever you can find films, but you also can find it on disc. And in the U.S., there's a disc for it that actually has a 45-minute interview with Jessica Hosner and Emily Beecham at a French film festival, and they talk about the film. And so if you're willing to spend $2 or $3 more dollars or euros or whatever, you would be able to get a pretty cool special feature on the disc. So yeah, I would recommend the film, but again, put your expectations on check. It's probably interesting to watch the trailer. I'm not a fan of trailers. I like going into films blind, but because it's a quote-unquote horror film and it's not like a ordinary horror film, it may be worth reviewing the trailer. So that's always an option. So yeah, Little Joe, 2020 film. Dark Discussions News Network actually had it in their top, I think, 20, maybe number 13 best genre films of 2020. But yeah, it's a pretty good film, and I would recommend it. And my name, once again, is Philip from the Dark Discussions News Network at www.darkdiscussions.com. And thank you for listening, and appreciate being on the show, and hopefully I'll be able to come back another time. Thank you.
As you know, we here at Grimmfest TV absolutely love horror films. We also love meeting the filmmakers and introducing them to you. This time, however, we're doing things a little differently. We have partnered up with Easter Nights, an online film festival running from the 1st of April to the 5th of April. You can find a link for that down below in the description. And so for this partnership, we will be showing you sneak peeks of Q&As that we have with the filmmakers that are currently running the festival circuit with their amazing masterpieces. So for that, let's go to the Grimmfest TV basement and check out what's in store for us today. Ah yes, the Grimmfest basement. What is on today? Huh, Mara, interesting. Well, instead of interviewing the cast and crew behind Mara, let's get that sneak peek. Wonder what they have to say.
Я думаю, что тут надо сказать в целом, что наш российский фольклор, он довольно сильно отличается от западноевропейского фольклора в той части, что у нас интерес к ужасу или представленность ужаса как такового в фольклоре, она гораздо ниже, чем в западноевропейском. То есть вот этот жанр хоррора у нас не такой популярный.
So what I think is important to say here is that Russian folklore is different from Western European folklore, and the genre of horror in our folklore is not as well represented. I wouldn't say that we are as much interested in our folklore in horror, and this is the main difference.
У меня родилась шутка, что Саша только что упомянула, что она была сама собой.
Just have a joke that Sasha was.
И еще как-то я с каждым годом убеждаюсь в том, что для того, чтобы быть страшной для кого-то, для героев и для зрителей, нельзя впрямую пугать. Поэтому здесь все равно, конечно же, на помощь идут какие-то собственный опыт, потому что у меня был опыт знакомства с ведьмой. Это была подруга моей бабушки. Вот, и я часто вспоминала, это была совершенно современная женщина, просто она варила травы параллельно.
Well, more and more I think about it, more and more I understand that to be scary for the audience as a character for people, you don't need to scare people directly. I took it from my personal experience. I knew a witch. It was a friend of my grandmother, and she was a completely modern woman. With one small detail, she would brew herbs.
Very interesting. Well, in that case, without further ado, let's take a look at the trailer. See if it floats our boat.
Тебя когда-нибудь гипнотизировали?
Нет.
Расслабься. 1, 2, 3.
Ты думал, в сказку попал?
Well, that's all we have time for on today's episode of the Grimm Exchange.
Remember to support the horror industry by watching films, playing games, and reading books.
And speaking of films, don't forget to check out the rest of Grimmfest TV for the marvelously morbid makings of our fellow independent filmmakers.
And finally, special thanks to our sponsors, Fire and Brimstone. We'll see you next time on
The Grimm Exchange.
If I can